We will find out more about Trump's direct involvement with Jeffrey Epstein soon, as the Wall Street Journal apparently is looking for a bombshell investigation. Is working on a bombshell story about Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. I'm told that at least one DOJ reporter is on the story and that they reached out to the White House around 48 hours ago. The Wall Street Journal report, I'm told, relies on documentation. On Thursday, anticipation rippled through political and media circles as insiders awaited a potentially explosive Wall Street Journal story examining Donald Trump's ties to the late Jeffrey Epstein. The article, said to be in the works for days, had still not appeared as of Thursday afternoon, raising eyebrows and fueling speculation across Washington and New York. According to people familiar with the matter, the Journal is facing pressure from the White House over the story. In fact, Trump is said to have personally called Emma Tucker, the Journal's editor-in-chief, to voice his objections. The specifics of the call remain unclear, but it's hard to imagine Trump voiced anything but outrage. It's unclear whether Trump reached out to Rupert Murdoch, whose news corporation owns the Journal. While the specifics of what the Journal intends to report remain under wraps, oh my God, he's trying to nuke it. He's trying to stop the story from running. He's trying to kill the story. Oh, dude, I'm salivating. Holy. While the specifics of what the Journal intend to report remain under wraps, the story is said to contain new material shedding light on the Trump-Epstein relationship. The apparent standoff over the story arrives at a politically delicate moment. Trump has been under growing pressure from MAGA media and his base to release the files related to Epstein. The fact that this came out as like media reporting on a potential story that's supposed to come out implies that these guys, at least the journalists that are involved in the story, definitely want it out, regardless of what the boss calls may look like. If this drops while I'm away, I'm going to lose my mind. I swear to God, dude. Oh, I might have to do an emergency stream. Luckily, I'm bringing my desktop setup to the bachelor party. Trump has been under growing pressure from MAGA media and his base to release the files related to the Epstein. Figures like Tucker Carlson and Laura Loomer have expressed outrage and accused Trump's administration of stonewalling the release of the so-called Epstein files, igniting a rare public rift between Trump and segments of his own MAGA base. The Journal's reporting, if it runs, could further complicate that dynamic, especially if it probes Trump's own proximity to Epstein, whom he once described as a terrific guy before later distancing himself from the convicted sex offender. The two men shared some social circles in the 1990s and have been photographed together. For the Journal, the delayed publication underscores the high wire tension of reporting on Trump in the current media landscape, particularly while inside Murdoch's conservative media empire. Under Tucker, who took the reins from Matt Murray in 2023, the paper has sought to publish hard-hitting political stories. For now, the status of the Epstein-Trump story remains unclear, though it is quickly becoming a part of the story itself. Listen, could you imagine a world where the Democratic Party basically resembled, I don't know, my attitude, right? Like a Democratic Party that was on the ball with this Epstein stuff. A Democratic Party that was like routinely talking about how the Trump administration, by way of Doge and all these like cuts that they're engaging in, are like mass firing a bunch of public workers, that they're incredibly corrupt, and that this is yet another clear-cut example of like austerity. Could you imagine a Democratic Party that actually channeled the frustration that many Americans feel in this moment? That Democratic Party would not be sitting at a 23% approval rating. Let me tell you, that is the unfortunate reality, is that the people that are supposed to represent the resistance against Donald Trump's do not represent a real resistance at all. It's incredibly frustrating. Here's political journalist Mark Halperin talking about this new story.
So let me share something with you that everyone, I say that in air quotes, everyone I know knows, hasn't been publicly reported. Everyone I know believes a major newspaper, one of the top 3 newspapers in the country, is about to publish a piece about President Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay.
He's referring to the Wall Street Journal's reporting.
Everyone I know knows that. And people in the White House know that too. When that story drops, if it drops today, and some people think it might, it could drive the day. Sean Dan, have you heard about this story?
Who's the middle guy? That's former Trump press secretary Sean Spicer.
Well, I know because it's been circulating on the left, and I've had to double check that this is not in fact, total conspiracy theories. Donald Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein pretty well. And I believe that his early courting of Melania involved Jeffrey Epstein.
What? I didn't know that. I mean, I know that they were involved, but wait, what? Is Melania one of Epstein's, like... I didn't know. Wait, the first time they had sex was the Lolita Express? Wait, really? No. he introduced them. I thought you knew. No, I did not know that. What? I didn't know this was a known fact. I thought it was a real one, dude. I thought I knew this. This is the Daily Beast article. Explosive tapes recorded by author Michael Wolff show Epstein claiming Trump liked to his friends' wives and first slept with Melania on the Lolita Express. No, that's from the Daily Beast article covering what's his face is reporting Michael Wolff, I think, right? Or I keep saying I keep getting the. It's not Michael Wolff. Is it Bob Woodward? Yeah, it's Wolff. Yeah, Michael Wolff is the one who claimed this, and I didn't treat it with like as much. I guess it just like escaped my brain because I didn't think about it as like a sincere new piece of information.
And that has been reported by mainstream outlets over the last 10 years. Alleged, I guess. I want to be careful.
You've already been, I say with respect, somewhat careless, but keep going.
Yeah, but I think that, if that is where this report is going, it's just kind of collecting and putting together and synthesizing old news.
No, this story has new news. Okay. Sean, what do you know about this story?
Vague, just I probably know about Dan level, right. But I don't.
Let me throw out some questions. Let me throw out some questions, and I'd like you to jump in. Let's do it game show style. Either answer them or say, in fact, we don't know. Ready? How did Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein meet?
I don't know.
Don't know. Did Donald Trump ever go to Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse?
Yes.
How many times?
Jesus Christ. Wait, which townhouse? I mean, we know that in the early 90s, Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were involved with one another. We know that. There's footage of it. It's in Mar-a-Lago. There's two parts to this story. There's the first part that like has more, requires more investigation, which is like the pre-Epstein arrest, like circa 2006, where Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were closely associated with one another all throughout the 90s until the early 2000s. That part is known. That's out there. That's out in the open. I'm going to look this up. Hold on. When did Melania meet Donald? Okay, so Melania Trump met Donald Trump in 1998 at a New York Fashion Week party. They began dating shortly after. If that's the case, and it says Zampoli introduced her to Donald Trump here, this makes sense as to, in the timeline, Donald Trump is still friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and we know that Jeffrey Epstein is heavily connected to the modeling world and uses, at the very least, Jean-Luc Brunel, who also died under mysterious circumstances in a French prison recently, a couple years ago, had numerous modeling agencies that he was using to sex traffic victims for Jeffrey Epstein. So at this point, the timeline does match up if Donald Trump actually met Melania while he was still friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and therefore Jeffrey Epstein could have played a role in meeting, in connecting Melania Trump and Donald Trump. So that makes sense. When are they going to release the Wall Street Journal thing? Major scoop. Trump is reportedly terrified of an upcoming... cancel your trip? Yeah, let me just cancel my brother's bachelor party that I put together. If you cancel the trip, the story won't break. This is true. I have to also go on the trip so the story breaks. The Epstein stuff is the first time, as I have reported, there is some real shakeups. And that's also because the Trump administration is, weirdly enough, doing spectacular things. They are doing every wrong move they can do. Trump is trying to get the story killed because of how innocent he is. Even the Wall Street Journal report where he's like, it's fake news. It's like, don't release it. Like, this is insane. It's just, they're doing everything wrong here. I don't even know how you get out of this in general, but it's like shocking. When we first started this conversation, as someone who is fairly aware of like the level of involvement that Donald Trump has with Jeffrey Epstein historically, thought, much like many others, that it was strange that there were so many Epstein affiliates and Epstein connected people in his administration in the past and in this administration as well. But I thought like, oh, that's just because Epstein is affiliated with every, elite person, right? But beyond that, I thought that Trump actually had less involvement with Epstein post 2006 than like a Bill Clinton or the Clinton family in general. Nowadays, because of the way that Donald Trump has tried to communicate how not guilty he is and how not associated he is with Jeffrey Epstein, I'm beginning to think there's more to the story than we previously thought. At first, I thought he's just trying to run defense because he wants to protect the elite, right? Because, like, that's his job. He's president, obviously. But he has Streisand affected this so hard that even now I think, like, maybe he has more connections that I previously and many others who are very well read on this matter, more well read than I am, previously didn't see, because he's doing everything wrong. And it's making me feel like he's doing everything wrong, shitting his pants in the process, and smearing the dookie all over the walls. It's making me feel as though like there's more to the story and more to Trump's involvement post 2002. Maybe it's beyond just him protecting the shadowy elites that he is, of course, tasked with protecting because he is a American president. Alex Jones coaching Trump on what to say. Oh God, I love this.
And then Pam Bondi gets it, gives it to the FBI, which I confirm from sources. They sent it out to all the offices around.
Bro, your sources are doo-doo, man. You also have been spending the past week flailing around. Oh my God, dude. Alex Jones is, oh God, this is the administration that's literally doing everything Alex Jones suspected the Democrats of doing for years. You know, attack helicopters, FEMA sites, people being black bagged in the middle of the street. Like, he used to say all this stuff about the Bush administration and then about the Barack Obama administration. He never said it about the Trump administration, kept saying it about the Biden administration. And now the Trump administration is actually doing all this, like mass surveillance, using AI, Palantir AI to mass surveil all Americans for thought crimes and arrest them for thought crimes. Like, that's literally what the Trump administration is doing. And then also on top of that, you know, deep state pedophile, shadowy cabal with billionaires. This motherfucker is defending that. And Alex Jones, the Mr. Billionaire, shadowy elite pedophile cabal himself, is literally like, and the president is he's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. He's not totally exonerated. Totally exonerated. Had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Everyone's saying that. But also, Mr. President, please release the files.
The country to look at the file. They come back and say, there's a bunch of FBI reports and implicating, you know, people in the orbit of Trump with no real evidence. And then Trump went, what the hell, another Russiagate? And so he didn't clarify that the first few days. He just said, you know, people need to basically shut this down. It's bull. And then he hasn't really clarified when he says it's a hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. He's not saying that the Epstein isn't a bad guy and that he wasn't involved in all this evil stuff with the deep state with no connections to Trump that are based in any reality. He just says it's a hoax. People go, well, wait, Epstein's not a hoax because Lane was convicted of this very stuff. And, you know, he'd been charged with it and was convicted once 15, 16 years ago of lesser charges in Florida. So Trump, I think, needs to be very clear that, no, the Epstein case and the evil he did is very real, but they've been in control of this file, Brennan, Clapper, and all the rest of them. And it makes total sense that they falsified all these other records, the Crossfire Hurricane, the Steele dossier, all run by Obama. Clapper.
Well, are we going to hang on?
And
are we going to get into the back of that by having a special prosecutor?
Like, you're talking to a man who has 15 hours of footage with Jeffrey Epstein. Steve Bannon has 15 hours of deposition footage of Jeffrey Epstein. No one asked the question, like, where are the files, Steve? Why won't you release the files that you have on Jeffrey Epstein, Steve? Why did you actually interview Jeffrey Epstein and, you know, coach him on his image, Steve Bannon? What's all this about? Because Steve Bannon is one of the Trump orbiters that is directly tied to Jeffrey Epstein. It's odd to me that Alex Jones, Mr. Conspiracy Theory himself, the Mac Daddy of all conspiracy theorists, is talking to Stephen Bannon, the human skin tag. Wait, it's out? Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. I literally have to leave for my flight. I'm so mad. I was gonna end it after this Alex Jones thing, and the Wall Street Journal reporting just came out. Oh my God, I'm so mad. Oh my God, it came out 4 minutes ago. Oh my God. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. The leather-bound book was compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell. The president says the letter is a fake thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. Remove paywall. I'm going to try to read through this as quickly as possible. I can't believe it just dropped. That's so lame. I can't believe this just dropped. I mean, maybe it's not that significant. Who knows? It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday. And wait, hold on. Let's just listen to it.
Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. The leather-bound book was compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell. The president says the letter is a fake thing. By Khadija Safter and Joe Palazzolo. July 17, 2025. 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Pages from the leather-bound album, assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006, are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who have reviewed the pages. It's unclear if any of the pages are part of the Trump administration's recent review. The president's past relationship with Epstein is at a sensitive moment. The Justice Department documents, the so-called Epstein files, and who or what is in them are at the center of a storm consuming the Trump administration. On Wednesday, after angry comments about how the files are a hoax created by Democrats, President Trump lashed out at his own supporters for refusing to let the matter go. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is body, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. To hear the full story, subscribe or sign in.
Okay, the letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Wait, when was this written, though? In an interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter or drawing the picture. "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story," he said. "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women," he said. "It's not my language. It's not my words." He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an article. "I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else," he said. Oh, it's from 2002, 2003. Okay, so this doesn't actually shed new light. So this goes back to what I was saying, which is that this only deepens the relationship that he had in 2002 to 2003, which is, again, something that we knew of already, but we don't know exactly how this relationship fell apart. We don't know more information, but more information such as this one coming out is not a bad thing necessarily. When was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday? Allegations that Epstein was sexually abusing girls and became public in 2006. He was arrested that year. Justice Department officials didn't respond to requests for comments. The existence of the album and contents of birthday letters hasn't been previously reported. Yeah, if it's 2003, then it's like 1 year past the point of their relationship ending, because I think that it was supposed to be in 2002 that their relationship ended. Okay, well, I can't continue covering the story. Unfortunately, I have to go. I'm waiting on Will's arrival here, and then we have to immediately leave for the airport so we don't actually miss our flight. But we'll see if there's more information in this, or if there's some like additional crazy stuff that's taking place. I will potentially be live this weekend, but we shall see. Anyway, love you guys, and I will see you. Unless something crazy happens, I'll see you on Monday. But if something crazy happens, who knows? Who knows when I will be live? You know what I mean? God damn it. The world is crazy. It's my brother's bachelor party. We've been planning it for a long ass time. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna be a normal human, which is so crazy to think, because obviously I haven't taken a 3-day or even like a weekend off since 2018, since July 2018. Aside from being banned for 7 days, twice, for both the 9/11 moment and also the cracker moment. So this is a interesting predicament for someone like myself. Obviously, Monday I'll be back, regardless if I don't do a stream, but be on the lookout for whether or not I do a stream. It might be an emergency stream, like I said. But yeah, it's strange because I'm so locked in all the goddamn time. I'm so locked in all the goddamn time that like me taking time off for even a weekend is considered like crazy. Virtually every news broadcaster takes time off on the weekends. You know what I mean? Most of my peers normally take the weekends off. Obviously, they take a break on weekends, and on top of that, they also don't stream every single day. So this is a new experience for someone like myself. Anyway, love you guys. See you on the other side. Peace.